Hey there, guys. I am SonicGhost, and welcome to another Randomizer Let's Play. You guys really seem to enjoy the Ocarina of Time Randomizer we did, so we're back with another Randomizer, and this time around, it's the other Zelda game on the N64. It's the one I've played multiple times here on this channel, and at this point, it should be pretty obvious based on how it starts. This is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask Randomizer. This is a randomizer I have some mixed opinions on. Not to say it's bad, but at least from how I view Majora's Mask as a game that can be transformed into a randomizer, I have some issues when it comes to a lot of the different checks in the game because a lot of the items in Majora's Mask lead to heart pieces. Since this is the game with the most heart pieces of any Zelda game, having a total of 52 heart pieces. There's a lot of useless items in the item pool. A lot of the masks, they just lead to more heart pieces. So this one I feel is a little bit slower paced compared to Ocarina of Time, but it's still a pretty fun randomizer and one I'll play from time to time. So I figured you guys like to see the Ocarina of Time randomizer so much. We're back with another randomizer, and this time around I think it just makes the most sense to go straight into Majora's Mask, the sequel to Ocarina of Time, as the second randomizer. It's very similar to Ocarina of Time randomizer, so if you played that one before, this one should feel pretty at home if you have a good amount of experience in that. And I played a lot of Ocarina randomizer before I jumped into Majora's Mask rando. It's a game I have a lot of time into as well, as I said before. Played this game multiple times over the years here on this YouTube channel. Played this game multiple times on stream. One of my favorites of all time. I have a shirt specifically about this game. I got a Majora's Mask themed shirt. I got a Majora's Mask themed poster in my room. I'm a big fan of this game, so I'm looking forward to playing this randomizer and getting to show off some cool stuff about Majora's Mask. Because one thing I love about randomizers, even though a rando like this could have a lot more fluff to it because of a lot of heart pieces, there's still some cool stuff that you can do in a rando that you normally can't do in the base game. So I'm looking forward to getting to show off some cool strategies here. Without any further ado though, let's go ahead and get started with the Majora's Mask randomizer. So let's just go ahead and make our save with some very concerning sounds and jump straight into things. So jumping in, to mention we have random music here. The Majora's Mask randomizer just has random music built in. And another thing is that you start off with a couple items right away because we can't do first cycle. We have to skip straight past that. So we get Ocarina of Time, Song of Time, along with some other stuff here. So if I look over at my equip screen, we can see we have the Goron Lullaby. So that's good. We also have Song of Soaring. So we can use this to just immediately soar around the world. As you can see, though, I don't have the checks on here for this stuff. So these are freebie items, and specifically with Goron Lullaby, that could have been any song, but in this case, we got Lullaby. So that's kind of lucky since that's one of the harder songs to get since it's in two pieces. But we will start with both Song of Time and Song of Soaring based on how my settings are. I'm using settings that a lot of the community has just kind of come to agreement on. So these are settings you will see for like a weekly randomizer race, which apparently means Baby C in the beginning. Hero Spell is my first item. That's huge because now I already have projectile. Wasn't expecting that. We'll take it. Now I'm going to get another item here. A little early. Not supposed to be able to get this chest right now, but with a very specific setup, I can just jump straight up here with a jump slash and immediately get this. And this is going to be Express Mail. I'm going to write this down in case we need this again. So this is the South Clocktown chest here in the corner. This is good to write down because of that kind of an item. It won't stay with you when you go back in time. Any consumables or one-time use items and trade quest items as well, they will go back in time with you. Or they will not go back in time with you, I should say. Any permanent things, just like how the base game works, that will go back. But something like that mail, we won't keep when we play Song of Time. So I wanted to make sure that if we do need something like that, write down the hint, or the location in general in that case, saying where you get it, because that's going to be really helpful. Oh my gosh, really? A transformation mask this early? That I was not expecting. Zora mask is pretty big. Wow, okay. We're off to a really good start so far. So now we have projectiles, and we also have a transformation mask. That is really funny. Literally in the first few minutes, getting all these broken items. Alright, let's just go ahead and hit this owl at this point, and I'll check North Clocktown. See what's over here on top of the tree, in case there's something else busted. Are you serious? Another thing? Wow, okay. Well, that's nothing really useful in terms of progression, but it will be helpful in terms of just combat. That looks like the upgraded spin attack. And sure enough, master of spin attack. So now, my spin attack radius has been bumped, but we can't use it though until we get magic. So, while it's cool to have, it's useless for the moment. And you know what? I might as well just use my transformation instead of my arrows, because I have it. And it's faster, because thankfully this randomizer maps all important stuff to the D-pad. So in this case, my Zora mask is on D-pad right, and Ocarina is on D-pad down, which is really useful. But let's see what Tingle has, because we have all the maps to start with, so he has different things. Mirror shield for $5. Don't mind if I do. Alright. This is kind of a dumb beginning. So far, we're literally getting all the good stuff. It's only just been a few minutes in the sea, dude. We're getting all the good items. Alright, well, you know what? I'm happy with this. I'm gonna advance time a little bit here. So one thing I did, since this is an option in the randomizer settings, you can actually enable some very specific stuff like Sun Song. This is actually an element in the game's code. It's just Sun Song went unused. So you can enable it in the randomizer settings, and it functions basically how it did in Ocarina of Time. But the way how the time system works in this game, things go extremely fast. That's why you're supposed to use Song and Double Time to jump straight to a 6 time, either 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. But the Sun Song, it just makes it go fast. And you can interrupt that, thankfully. So in that case, when I played it earlier, I wanted to interrupt Sun Song by just advancing time a little bit. So I advanced it by a little over 2 hours by going to a loading zone. Thankfully, going through a loading zone, it stops the advancement of the Sun Song, so I could just stop it dead in its tracks, which is really helpful in this kind of situation. So now I'm just waiting for this conversation to stop, because unfortunately I advanced the time a little too fast because I didn't want Troop Leader to be in here, because that just kind of wastes my own time. So let's see what Cafe Mask is. And it's 50 rupees. Okay, so nothing too lucrative there. We kind of have to put the brakes on all the good stuff right away, so I am fine with that not being super busted. So that's good. Kind of needed money for some stuff. At this point, I should probably go and take care of this room key situation. Although I can't do it just yet. So I need to advance a little bit of time. I have to be really careful with this because I only have about 2 hours to advance. I want to go to about 2 o'clock. Alright, that should be fine. That's a little early, but I just want to go until Anju is on her way to the counter. So now I'm coming down here and it should be good. Alright, so I do have a reservation. And room key is a piece of heart. Okay. So, nothing that important. Okay, sir, can you please move? I need to leave. Thank you. Oh, shush. Be quiet, sir. So, at this point, I think another thing I want to do is I want to go laundry pool, and I'll get the ferry there. Because we do want to check the stray ferry for Clocktown, but only the ferry here. Because I have it set where there's a lot of useless checks in like the most like tedious quests. So in this case, I don't have to do the... Hang on. I almost went backwards. Like, I don't want to play Song of Time yet. I don't want to do all the fairy checks in all the dungeons. There's 15 stray fairies in total. And without the Great Fairy Mascot, it can take a while. That's in the randomized pool too, so it is just best to not worry about those stray fairies. And again, this is the rule set the community has kind of agreed on, so I'm fine with just not worrying about the fairies. Alright, so Bremen Mask is Bomb Shoes, which is unfortunate for us because Bomb Shoes, you need a bomb bag for in this game, unlike Ocarina of Time. So that would have been a free bomb, but in this case, that slider theme, I barely got to hear it before we left. In this case, that led to nothing because I can't use the Bomb Shoes now. But now I'm going to slow down time. I don't want to advance too much, so we'll slow it down. And I'm going to go check the Postman's heart piece because I can do that now. It's harder without Bunny Hood, but it's possible. And I have a setup to make it a little bit easier. But before we go there, I'm going to check the bomb shop to see what the bomb bag is. The bomb shop's randomized, but the bomb bag is random. And that's just a rupee, so I don't want that. So let's go over here to the Postman. And then when we're done here, we can immediately just go take care of our Sora training check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up on this wall. And I'm going to do a side hop over. And then I'm going to turn so I can face just like this specifically to the Postman. Because what I'm wanting to do is when I'm targeting someone, you can see arrows above someone's head circling around them. And I want to count 19 total circles around the Postman's head. So when the arrow's above his head, on the 19th time, I press A and I win. So right there, that should be 10 exact. First try. So when that arrow is right above the guy's head on the 19th press, then that's when I can go ahead and hit the A button and get a freebie. Piece of heart. So nothing really all that important, but it was good to be able to do that. And that's something you don't normally get to do in a standard playthrough because unless you're speedrunning, you just wait for Bunny Hood on that front. Alright, but let's go ahead and do my expert training here for the sword play. Because what we want to do for this is get a perfect score of 30. So we're going to take our time with this, get a perfect lineup, and do jump attacks. It's the only way you get 30 points. Very fitting music for this. It's actually minigame music. Racing with the horse. Alright, just taking my time. When I lock on, I wait a second before I do the jump. Because I'm waiting for Link to be fully aligned with the plank of wood. Because if I miss even by a hair, then I'm not going to have enough time to try again. So just wait a second and then do the jump attack. And with that, we got it. So what do we get? 50 bucks. Okay, well my wallet's full at this point, so I might as well put these rupees in the bank. Because we do have the bank heart piece to check here as well. Although the bank heart piece is not, I believe, fully required, if I remember correctly, with the settings. Also, this is different. RZ? Oh! I haven't played the randomizer for Majora's Mask in a while, so I didn't know they added that as an option. The R and the Z buttons are min and max. So now you can deposit as many rupees as you have in your wallet with a simple click of a button. That's a really smart update. I'm glad they did something like that because the biggest problem I have with depositing rupees in the bank like that is it just takes too long to do, dude. It's a little too much. What am I hearing? Was that the Gwei? I think it's the Gwei I'm hearing. That's an interesting sound from the Gwei. Alright, let's use Zor here because he will move over so slightly faster with his back walking. So I'm gonna work over towards this grotto here. Wait a minute, before I go, this is a hint. Just like with Ocarina of Time, Gossip Stones are hints. So here, Ranch Sister's Defense is Piece of Heart and then Purple Rupee. So the whole alien quest is worthless. So I'm just gonna write aliens are dead in my own notes to basically signify that I don't have to do that whole quest line. Both things are not needed. So that's good to know. Let's go ahead and drop down this grotto and take care of this section. Oh boy, this section. Gotta be very careful, these Dodongos. Alright, getting some good damage in, but I've gotta be more careful now. I was trying to do a quick strategy, but it's just kind of a hard thing to do. If you do a spin attack as soon as you land your jump attack, you can do a jump attack immediately afterwards, but the timing on it's really, really tight. And I don't want to destroy my hands trying it, because it honestly, you gotta do so many inputs back to back. It's way too much. Ooh, nice. Wasn't expecting that explosion to hurt him, but this other Dodongo was too close. So that's what I was talking about there with the faster jump attack. I was able to do a little bit more here against this big old Dodongo. So, it's a lot. But at this point, I'm just gonna be careful, wait out the rest of this fight, just be slow about it. There's not much left of this guy. And with that, he's gone. So it drops another purple, so that'll give me another 50 rupees, which is gonna be really helpful. Definitely want more of those. Piece of heart. Okay, so we get all our health back. That's good, because I was starting to have some problem moving. Crit Wiggle was activating, which, just like Ocarina of Time, there's a weird mechanic in this game called Crit Wiggle. When you're at low health and you have the low health sound going, which I didn't even hear in that case, then you start shimmering around a lot, and it's just unwieldy to control. There's actually a setting in this randomizer to turn Crit Wiggle off altogether, but I opted to turn the setting off because it was on by default with the rules I was using here and downloaded from the community. I turned it off just simply because I just want more of a vanilla experience when it comes to the overall movement in the game. Gypto Mask, that is kind of a good thing because this might be required. Gypto Mask now gives us access to Beneath the Well, so that's going to be really helpful. And I do believe that can also get us into Ikana as well once we get Hookshot, because I believe wearing that mask in front of the spirit there will help us get into Ikana. You don't just need Garo Mask to get in. Other masks can also summon the tree to use for the Hookshot point. So that is going to be helpful for later. But for now, let's just hit this owl and check what Tingle has here. Because we know Tingle now is pretty much cleared out over in the Clocktown area. But this Tingle, hey, it could be lucrative. Alright, Tingle, what you got? Because this is the map for this area, and then also the Great Bay Coast. Not mistaken. The heart container and silver rupee. You know, that's actually a good thing to remember if I need more money fast. Because that's a pretty cheap silver. Silvers are 100, that's 40, so that's a net 60 profit. Alright, so check this. Romani Ranch is foolish. That's really good to know. Which is funny, because I already got another hint for Romani Ranch, pretty much pointing me in that direction, but now we got a big confirmation that's just, hey, don't even bother. That place is crap. So now we know Romani Ranch, don't have to worry about it, and that's good, because day 3 is how we can get in there for right now, so we wouldn't be getting to Romani Ranch for quite some time. So that's really good that I don't have to worry about it. I don't know what is making that like sound. Is it? I think it has to be one of the flying enemies. It's not the bubbles. It's just, I think, one of the birds. Alright, at this point, let's get an item early. You're not supposed to be able to get this chest right now up on this tree. You're supposed to use magic beans. Well, if you don't have beans, you can also use hookshot, but you can just do a seam walk here at the very edge, because right on this edge, the corners are just wide enough where if you just barely hold up on the analog stick, you can climb up, but it's a little precise, so gotta line it up, just like doing the C-up method to line up, and then just target and hold up on the stick and just walk up slowly. Don't overdo it. And there you go, now we're up. And you notice how I was starting to run as soon as I got up, so you gotta really push up on that stick. Piece of heart. Alright, that's not really a good thing, but we got it done. Checked it. We're good. Don't have to worry about going back to that location anytime soon. We'll grab a Deku Nut here. and also Deku Stick just to get these prompts. And you also notice when I cut that one bush, a bunch of nuts came out. The thing is, in this game, sticks and nuts are really hard to come by, so there's a setting that just gives you a bunch of stick and nuts. And I just left that setting on just to see how many we can get just from blades of grass. So we'll see how many sticks and nuts we'll have throughout our adventure now that we have a setting that just gives us an absurd amount of each. But we're done now in that grotto. Also, the music's back, thank you. I have a setting on which just has the music play in all areas, no matter if it's day or night. But something happened, I guess, in the music. It probably glitched, because the thing is with custom music, it can glitch. Another piece of heart, nothing really great yet here. But the music can glitch if other sound effects overlap the music or other victory jingles. There's a problem sometimes with the music where it just can cut it out if it gets overlapped in a certain way. It just kind of depends on the song mixing. Some songs just don't play all that well with each other. Also, I noticed a lot of audio crackling sometimes in the randomizer. It just kind of happens because of all the custom sounds and custom music. Yeah, but up here is a grotto, so I'm going to jump down here and see what this chest gives us. Red rupee. Alright, so that was useless, but I do believe... Well, that's not vanilla, because I believe that one's a bomb chew, but that's close enough. One of these grottos in this area has a rupee, so that's pretty much what I expect. Debating if I want to go all the way to Southern Swamp or over here in Snowhead. Because both have their own pluses and minuses for doing things. But I think I'm gonna take a detour here, down this hole, because I can't do this yet, but this is filled with a bunch of gossip stones, and all of these are hints. So I want my hints. Butler is piece of heart, so Butler race is not needed. That's great to know, because Butler race, you have to beat Woodfall for that. But I don't think I need to really beat Woodfall unless the one archery game leads to something. Okay. This one, I don't know if I'm going to need to do, but this is good to know. Some Swamp Spider House is Blast Mask. Blast Mask, while that hint said not required, it's really helpful to have. Woodfall Way of the Hero. So I'm going to write that. Well, I should probably specify my own notes. Temple, because Woodfall is also an area. Way of the Hero means we are going to get something good there. So we want to go to the Woodfall Temple. And then this is a repeat hint. Okay. I think, now thinking things over, I'm going to just go back here at this point. I have my ferry I need to turn in, and I'm gonna wait until we can do the, the little robbery section here that happens at midnight. But this, the heart, okay. Getting a lot of pieces of heart right now. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna turn off this song because it takes 5 years for the robbery to actually happen if you have Song of Reverted time on. I'll play this, revert the song's normal speed, and then we're gonna want to do this. And be very careful with the sun song here. We don't want to do too much. I think I might have overshot. Yeah, it's 1 a.m., so I overshot it. That's unfortunate. Robbery happened. So I might actually just burn a cycle to do that again. Because that was... I thought it was close to the door frame. So that's the thing you have to be careful of if you're going to do the sun song method to skip ahead. You could easily skip too far ahead, and because of that, you obviously miss out on an event. So that's kind of unfortunate, but that was a little bit more of my fault trying to skip ahead that much. It would have been better probably to wait. Well, that's fine. Alright, kid. Stay still. Oh, how'd I miss? And I aim, am I right? There you go. Got him. Got the kid. Now let's go get the other two here on the east side. So, got the one over here at the Cucko. Take care of him. Got you. Are you the one making that, like, warping sound? That's impressive, sir. Oh, hi, kid. Alright, so I think now, before I get the final kid, I'm gonna deposit my rupees into the bank. Let me go this direction for that reason. I'm gonna deposit these rupees now, because if I can put these rupees into the bank, then I don't have to worry about this check giving me a bunch of money. So, if that is a thing that's like, say, a silver or something, I don't have to worry about filling my wallet that's already full. Here's the kid. Go ahead and grab him real quick, and that's hide and seek done. So now I'll get to see what my item is from this. And also get my code. Don't really need it, but it helps to have, I guess. 20 rupees. Good thing I deposit those rupees then. Alright, so my secret code is 13254. That's good. Pretty simple code. I'm gonna write it down just for future's sake. Don't really think I'll need it, but I have it, so fine. At this point, I don't want to do too much more because I don't want to make this video too long for right now. So I think I'm actually gonna head over to Sudden Swamp. I'm gonna take care of some stuff over there. Get the owl statue at the very least, and get some ideas of other things in the area. Get some checks on that front taken care of now. Also, because we have Bo, we have access to all the archery games. So we can play the archery here in Sudden Swamp. We can play the archery back over in Blocktown. But we can't do the other game. The other archery game that's there also requires the bomb bag because 2 to 3 days uses explosives. So we're not going to be doing that right now. We'll wait for that on later. Right now, because we have Bo, this is really good. Take care of all the things around me because honestly, these enemies are just going to be really problematic. Come on, Wolfos. Should've just jump attacked him the first time. Ooh, is that cafe mask I see up there? Don't mind if I do. Also, I think I should play Song of Inverter because I'm gonna want to have this maze section be easier. Yeah, this is cafe mask. It's a weird way of getting it. I want to go through this maze section on day 1 because I know the route for day 1. So it'd be easier to just keep it day 1 right now. All right, give me cafe mask. And now let's check this grotto. See what this chest has. Go talk to Tingle, see what he has, and then we'll call it a video from there. So just like with the Ocarina of Time videos, ooh, a bottle of Chateau Romane, don't mind if I do. Just like with the Ocarina of Time rando videos we did, these are gonna be a little bit longer because I'm only going up 2 days a week. So due to that, the videos are gonna be about half an hour each. And I think it works out well for the randomizers to kind of be like this because you don't know what's gonna happen in one of these videos just because of the pacing. Everything could be like happening all at once, or it could be kind of a slow start or slow middle. Wow, I can literally just trade in a rupee. That is kind of funny, but we're not gonna do that. And a purple being 40, that's only a 10 rupee gain. So needless to say, he's not the best thing to really invest our time into. Alright, but here, we see silver rupee up above, don't want to worry about it. But let's go ahead and hit this owl statue, and we're gonna call it a video with this. I think this is a great stopping point, and thankfully, with the owl statues, I can save, but if I can, you know, dude, I'm so used to another text box happening that's really slow here. But I can save my progress here at the owl, and it's only a temporary save, just like in the base game of Majora's Mask. But just like with the base game, I recommend people not have 2 files because then you could just copy your other file just like so. And now we got a freebie file. So that makes things pretty easy for our sake to just jump back in. But that's going to do it for the first video here of the Majora's Mask Randomizer Let's Play. So thank you guys for watching this. I hope you enjoy it. And just like with the Ocarina of Time videos, these will be going up twice a week. It's going to be kind of long videos, but I do think that the structure of this is, it works for this kind of game, and hopefully you guys agree. But with that said, that's going to do it for today's video. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.